And how do you feel about this weekend, the scenario, going into the last game, Tottenham and Arsenal in that race for fourth place?
Yeah, well, I think exciting. Could be, all of the rest of the positions are more or less decided, and I would say that it's the big fixtures of the weekend will be those two.
Will the season, in your opinion, still be a success if you don't finish in the top four?
Yeah, it's not up to me to judge. We've told this time and time again in these press conferences. It's up to the board and the chairman and the owner to decide on what is considered success or not. I cannot put myself in that position. What we are striving to achieve is 72 points, which would be our Premier League highest, and I think it's already a considerable tally. And in the last 10 years or 15 years in the Premier League, apart from once or twice, hopefully not, it wouldn't be enough for you to get the fourth or even third.
In some ways, then, do you feel unlucky just that it has been so competitive this season?
No, well, unlucky, no. I think what it represents is, if we don't achieve it, is one more signal that you have to push up to get closer to that group. Whenever that group is competing for the titles, the reference of points will be higher, and you have to improve, and you have to gather more points the next time.
When we think that Tottenham were 7 points clear of Arsenal in March, what's that down to now? The fact that in this situation, is that self-inflicted or more to do with Arsenal going on?
It changed a lot. If you remember, at that time, we were on a good run of results. Arsenal too. We managed to put a hold onto that, but Arsenal had still one game in hand on all of that period. So it was 7 points with Arsenal, 1 game in hand, and Chelsea 2 games at that time. It has now changed. I mean, we've got a couple of draws that put us in a different position than we were at that time. And Arsenal continued on their amazing run, and Chelsea too. So I think it was when you go past the season, you always reflect where and when you could have lost points that could have proven decisive. I think this end of season was probably when we had draws that we transformed into wins, could have given us the edge. I think anyway we are extremely satisfied, or me personally, on how the way has gone, how the season has gone.
When you think of plans for next season, will it be considerably easier to make those plans if you're in the top four, and what are the consequences if you'd miss out? Will that be more difficult to attract?
No, well, in my opinion, doesn't change nothing in the way that you set up. If making it or not, it shouldn't be too different on what you have to evolve to make you better. And if you obviously if you don't make it, there is Europa League football to look for, which is exciting, and I think. The fact that Chelsea won it raises the pedigree once again in this country of the competition. If we get into the Champions League, I think is the best competition in European football. So it depends on what happens in the final fixture.
What did you make of Alan Pardew's comments about he wouldn't care that if Newcastle lost 4-0 to Arsenal now that they were safe? Is that a little disappointing to hear, or just a joke?
No, well, I think it was a little bit blown out of proportion. First, I wouldn't mingle with other managers' choices and decision. He can do whatever he wants. What we expect is always a Newcastle side which is extremely competitive. In the last game of the season, anything can happen. So I would expect them to do their job properly. Obviously, their objectives have been achieved, but everybody wants to finish the season on a high, and I think it'll still be competitive.